Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Fauzar Rahma from paper presentation class. Here I would like to present my paper about student perception toward virtual tour during COVID-19 pandemic. So here I would like to present the table of content of my presentation. The first one is introduction. The second one is literature review. The third one is research method. The fourth is the result, and then the fifth discussion, and the last is conclusion. So I'm going to the first one, which is introduction. Here, as we know that the COVID-19 pandemic has changed our life dramatically. Everything become online, and then everything mobility, either education, either tourism, and either economics, it's going to online. One of these aspect is tourism. Here the tourism is one of the aspect which hit the big impact from the COVID-19 pandemic, because the banned travel, there is no tourist traveler. Indonesia also banned tourists from overseas, so there are so many cancellation and the decrease in booking travel, or maybe the other airplane, the other transportation. So here there are a new term to resolve this problem to tourism. It's called as virtual tour. It's virtual tour based on the Indonesia, according to Rizka Handayani as the Deputy for Tourism Product and Event Manage and Event Organizer of Tourism and Creative Economic Indonesia. She told that through virtual tours, the tourists still can explore the various tourism destination only from home, because they could see the natural tourists, or maybe uh, the museum through their homes. And then here this study was conducted to describe the student perception after trying virtual tour, and then the influence of virtual tour toward the cause on doing tourism. Specifically, uh, here my research question, there are two. The first one is, how does student perception after trying virtual tour, and then what does the influence of virtual tour toward the cause on doing tour. So here the second and the third part is literature review and research method. The first one is about the literature review. Here the definition of virtual tour is the easier way for people to see the environment without having physically come to the place, and the virtual tours could find in web based, and then so everyone could reach virtual tour easily. And then the virtual tour is useful. It's not just a series of panoramic image, but it can obtain by a video, or maybe text and image that interactive. So the second one is the research about virtual tour. The first one is from Sumaiku in 2017, that he applied the virtual tour application called as multimedia development methods life cycle with 300 and with the using of 360-degree video in the North Sulawesi. And he found that through this technology, it can decrease the promotion of tourism in North Sulawesi. And then the second one is the research from Dianto in 2018, that he applied also 360 photo on the virtual tour in Bunaken Island. So it can help the Bunaken Island to promote to promote Bunaken to the wider public. So the second one is about research method. The third one about research method, that is, I choose here quantitative methods. So I spread a questionnaire to the student who ever tried virtual tour. It's through line, through social media, and then they just randomly pick the student, actually from university student, and then they randomly pick whoever tried that, whoever tried virtual tour, and then they answer several questions from my questionnaire. So the next one is about the results. So from the first question, it is about I asked about does virtual tour help them to get rid of yearning on doing tour during pandemic? So everyone miss for having tour during pandemic. So here I have the scale 1 from 5, which is the one is strongly disagree, the second one is disagree, third is neutral, and then the four agree, and the last one is strongly agree. So here from the result that we could see, 16% from the 20 participant, it's choose strongly agree that the virtual tour helped them get rid of yearning doing tour during pandemic. And then the second result is uh, does virtual tool help them to decrease their boredom during pandemic? So I also spread the questionnaire to 20 parties. This also get 20%. This also get the result here that they agree the virtual tour actually help them to decrease their boredom during the pandemic. So the next chart is about that the percentage of virtual tour that help us to save the energy on doing tour. Here we could see the 60%, the percentage of people were choosing agree was 60% as the higher percentage, and then the last and then they choose strongly agree for saving their energy during virtual tour, and then the last one the participant choose they choose they either disagree or maybe agree, only 10%. And then the fourth part is about the percentage of virtual tour that they perceive that the virtual tour makes students feel safe and no need to worry about their health condition because the virtual tour are only doing from home. So the first one, here we obtained the result that 75% from the 20 participants that they strongly agree that they don't need to worry about their health conditions, and then for 20% they agree, and then only 5%, which is only one people that choose that either they agree or disagree. So the next result is about the percentage of virtual tour that save the participant costs on during tour. So here, 80% of participants that choose strongly agree that the virtual tour helped them to save their costs, and then 50% with agree, and then there are 5% which either disagree or agree. And then the next one is how much the cost which spent by the participant on doing virtual tour. The first one, there are zero rupiah, and then 0 to 50,000 rupiah, and then bigger than 50,000. So most of the participants, from 20 participants, 75% they only spend about 0 rupees, and then 25% they only spend about 0 to 50 rupees. And then the next one is the second pie chart, which talk about how many times the participant doing virtual tour. So 85% participants say that they did the virtual tour more than once. And then the rest of them is only 50%. They did the virtual tour only once. And then the last one, the last pie chart, we're talk about that will the participant visit the tourist destination directly, I mean, which is offline after the pandemic ends? So every participant said yes after they visit the tourist destination that they see on virtual tour. They say they will visit the destination directly after the pandemic ends. So here, the discussion and the conclusion. So actually, the study obtained from this research that is majority of the participants say that the virtual tour actually helped them get rid of yearning during pandemic, get rid of uh, get rid of yearning of doing chore during pandemic, and then it helped them to decrease their boredom. And then it also said that most of them are do not need to worry about their health condition. It saves the energy and also cost. Most of them have the cost around uh 0 to 50,000 rupees. And then this virtual tour could be they choose this virtual tour could be one of alternative on doing tour during pandemic. So actually there is this result, and also the other finding that they doing virtual tour more than once. It means that the virtual tool it means that the provider of virtual tour could promote the virtual tour could promote the virtual tour bigger or wider to the participant, and then it can obtain many participants. And also it can and from the question about they will visit the tourist destination after the pandemic in so the participants said yes. It's meant that the 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 virtual tour successfully promote the tourist destination itself. So this research actually matched with the real study which conducted by Dianto in 2018, that which he said that the virtual tour through 360 degrees photos could promote the Bunaken Island, could be the interactive promotional media in Bunaken Island. So in conclusion that in this research that this I found the mostly the participant who has been tried the virtual tour give positive impact, that this virtual tour affirm that the virtual tour has provide good service, and also give positive feedback from students who ever try, that it seems like virtual tour could be the one of choice on during tour during on doing tour during pandemic. And based on this finding in these studies, I would like to recommend to the other researcher that they need to do more detailed specification on doing the research. For example, like they could ask the provider. For example, they could ask the perception of the government. How does the government work during this virtual tour? I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.